So I've had a few questions that are on a similar subject, so I just want to address them now. It's mainly about like the new world order. You know, we're looking at weather manipulation where we are now, which is, it's in the public domain. It's not necessarily a conspiracy that's too far out there. They've been able to manipulate the weather for years. Years and years. I'm talking before the 70s. But people are asking, like, are we going to experience a bad time? We look at what the dark forces do, this, that, and the other. My answer is this, okay? If you look at the infinite possibilities in the field, the people who control the media, the movies, basically everywhere we get our information, right? They are working 24/7. 365 days a year without a single day off, trying to control where human beings place their attention. So think about that. When we look at Dada Jurgen, the big way is extremely simple. We see that naturally, if you were to get off the battlefield and imagine flying at the cruising altitude of a Boeing 747, and you look down on the Earth's landscape, you can't even see human beings, okay? It's just land. It's like, we're just like bacteria on a rock. Well, the big way, the big universal principles and laws is harmonious. It is actually coherent and it's harmonious. Everything supports everything else, and there is equilibrium and balance. So, follow Tao, flourish, go against Tao, finish, is an ancient statement. So these small percentage of people call them the 1%, they'd say they were less than the 1%, who control the masses, they work so hard to get us to focus on one small frequency band, if you like, which is based around fear in many different expressions, but it's all fundamentally the same, to keep us all focusing on an incoherent reality, and because we watch it, we experience it, we manifest it. So I'm understanding. It's funny because, as I said, people who followed my work for a while, they know that I've been exposed to some of the darkest practices that we could even imagine as human beings, okay? But I'm understanding every day more the principle of hear no evil, say no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, okay? And actions as well. Because everything carries karma, and when we don't protect our three gates, what we see, what we speak, what we hear, the eyes protect the mouth, and the ears protect the three internal treasures, okay? So if we see negativity, our soul journey can get lost. We speak negativity, we lose vital energy from our lower dantian. If we hear negativity, we lose jing, matter from our kidneys, okay? But not only that, we are looking outside of ourselves for answers, and we're looking at all these sources that this 1% control. And they're working tirelessly, very hard to keep us focused on this incoherent frequency which swims against the current of the Tao, which is very hard to do, okay? We just keep falling for the same tricks over and over again. So, there's many people I know who are doing great work, who try and fight technology with technology, and that's okay. I think they're doing a good job, and that's what they're obviously here to do. But Dada Jurgen, the big way is extremely simple. We just need, in my opinion, to just stop observing what they do. Stop, do it, try, actually, instead of just hearing these and then just not doing it, actually try and do 10 to 14 days of no negative information and no even positive information from the truth movement, no conspiracy information. Just detox and see what your world is like, okay? I made a video about when the floods came, the big floods, and we're getting flooded again now. But the floods came, everyone moved into the heart space and was helping each other. They were predicting 2 massive days of rain, 70 to 100 mil, the sun was out. Okay? It still blows my mind that people can't wrap their head around the fact that we can manipulate the weather with our own internal technology. This reality, the Buddha called the universal illusion. Okay? It's illusory, it's holographic, it's information. You change the information, you change the reality, and every reality, every potential exists in the field. It's like a radio. What are you tuning into? Are you tuning into chaos, or are you tuning into peace? So my suggestion is, just instead of trying to manifest a new world, which we can do, okay? But before we even go to that extreme, which is not really an extreme, but before we go to that, first just turn off the frequency and the information stream that's pulling us into an incoherent reality. Sounds too simple, doesn't it? Remember, the ego wants everything to be complicated, but nature doesn't necessarily work like that. It's not complicated, it's very simple. The big way is extremely simple. A lot of people did in the Northern Rivers area, there's Tom Barnett, a few of the people I know, they did collective meditation to stop the rain. Yesterday, it was meant to be the biggest rain day. Okay, yesterday was meant to be 125 to 150 mils of rain. Didn't come. Okay, it came today. But my point is, and I find it very simple to understand, because the heart is a magnetic field. So not only are we observing a different reality that exists already, the heart and the Schumann resonance is the same magnetic field. Okay, so you get a number of people resonating at the same heart-based emotion with the same intention. It will ripple into the field outside of ourselves. And just as if you have one candle light, it lights up a certain area. If you have 100 candle lights, it will light up a bigger area. If you have 1,000 candle lights, light up a bigger area, okay? It's exactly the same when it comes to meditation. You have one person focusing in their heart space and emitting a intention and a message and a magnetical vibrational signature that goes to a certain distance. If you get 1,000 people doing it, it's just going to put that into the field and change the field. This is actually repeatable science. I repeat myself all the time with this stuff, but there's been over 23 peer-reviewed scientific studies where they've got a percentage of a given population to focus on peace and coherent energy, and on average, okay, there was a 72% on average, a 72% reduction when they measured the statistics of things in that window of prayer and the time after, the short time after. Reduction in things like crime, divorce rates, violence, emergency room visits, car accidents, and so on. These are always getting measured in cities, you see. So if this is peer-reviewed and repeatable, and we can all do it, we can all test it, and you know, we see it even yesterday. Whenever we get told something and people come together, we just change it. We have to realize that the power's with us. They're working overtime to manipulate weather with technology, to get us to focus on negativity and selfishness and ego, to get us to focus on being afraid of everything, directing us to focus on they've got all the power, we've got none of the power. That's the agenda. And if we keep looking at that and buying into that, it's common sense. If I keep looking at this, I keep buying into this, I keep being afraid of the future that could be, okay? I'm just sitting on that timeline and I'm just moving in that direction, even if I don't want to. So first step, in my opinion, is just step off it. I'm not going to watch it anymore. I know what the agenda is. I see it everywhere. I see the signs on t-shirts. I see what, I see it everywhere. That's okay. But I'm just not playing it. I'll tell you something else. Not word for word, but my teacher years ago, I heard him say something along these lines. I don't remember it fully, so this is not exactly what my teacher said. But my teacher said, on a soul level, everything has a soul. So if you walk past like a gossip magazine, and the gossip magazine is sharing lies, okay, and things like that, on a soul level, you can say to the soul of the magazine, no, stop doing that. And you can chant love, peace, harmony for it, turn their love, peace, harmony treasures on and chant love, peace, harmony, change the message there, right? Why I'm bringing that up is Tom Barnett said something that reminded me of that. In one of his last videos, he said, when you see things like chemtrails in the sky and you don't agree with that, you don't like it, you're still consenting to it. He said, you should be saying, I don't consent to that. Because on some level, on a spiritual level, you are not consenting to that. Okay? I don't consent to that. I'm just letting you know I don't consent to that. And I thought that was very powerful, very similar to what my teacher said years ago. So yeah, stop consenting. Stop watching things that don't serve us. Realize that there is an ego mind need for more. Okay? Whether it's more food, more sex, more drama, more, right? Dao Jia in the big way is extremely simple. Lao Tzu says in the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is acquired. We learn something every day. And not only that, in the physical world, humans accumulate stuff, buy stuff all the time, buy stuff. All this stuff belongs to me. More suffering if anyone takes it, right? But in the pursuit of the Tao, every day something is dropped. So every time you think you know something, every day it's dropped. Drop it. Returning back to the Tao. Same as a spiritual practitioner, every day something physical is dropped. No attachment to my car, no attachment to my watch, no attachments. So the ego is about attaching to things, concepts, beliefs, ego, whatever, negative mindsets, accumulating stuff that keeps us earthbound, keeps us pulled down, physically makes us heavy. When we're dying, we don't want to leave it. Oh, my car, my house, I work so hard for that. Attached to a realm, which is a hell realm, a desire realm. In the spiritual journey, every day something is dropped. So that when you die, you leave this place behind. I know where I'm going. So get off that timeline, number one. Once you've stopped watching that stuff for a period of time, 10 to 14 days, you will observe a different world in your own world. You really will feel like a massive heavy load's been lifted off you. And then, if you want to manifest a new world, just see the world as peaceful. See human beings as being benevolent and compassionate, which we naturally are. And smell, feel, taste a peaceful world without this drama, without this negative, tiny few trying to manipulate the masses. Just ignore them. Give them love. And every time you do that meditation, the feeling alone of living in that world, you be grateful for that world. You drawing that in, you're observing it because it already exists in the field. Okay? So I love you all. Don't forget the basics. Don't forget the simple principles. Don't forget to chant love, peace, harmony. Okay? I love my heart and soul of all humanity. Join hearts and souls together, love, peace, harmony. It's a very powerful practice. Think about that. The goal of that movement is to get 1.5 billion people singing that song. Close your eyes, feel the message of every line. I love my heart and soul. Breathe it in. I love Feel that. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Join hearts and souls together. Breathe it in. Love, peace, and harmony. Universal love, peace, harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. Okay? Powerful mantra. Every time we say, these people shouldn't be doing this, these people, can we stop them? Can we fight them? We're giving them power they don't have. Okay? We're giving them power they don't have. Their power is our power turned against us. So just let that go. Focus on the reality we want to experience. I love you all very much. Take care. Bye-bye.